Hey guys, Bob Gardner here from thebraidedwarrior.com. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about why I do these roughhousing events. Some of you know that I teach families and parents and just guys ways to roughhouse that promote healing, that promote fun, that promote bonded relationships, and a whole bunch of other things. And the question often comes like, why would you pay for an event like that? Why would you go and spend time at a roughhousing event when you could just do it at home? And that's a good question. So remember in the last video we talked a little bit about emotions. We talked about the dual nature of emotions and how it affects both the feeling inside you as well as the chemical kind of physiological part of you. The cool thing about roughhousing is that it really actually addresses both of those issues. And let me explain how. First, there's the chemical part, right? So you've got all of these chemicals running around in your body. And so like if you're in anger and like if you sit there and allow anger to show up in your body, well then your body creates anger chemicals. That's probably a technical term. And then your muscles just sort of sit in that as long as they're being held there until they're replaced by another emotion. Well, guess what? Okay, so like if you just, marinated a chicken in anger, you would get jerk chicken. Okay, angry chicken, jerk chicken, right? That's what happens. The marinade affects the flavor of the meat itself. Well, not too long ago, I had a son. His name's 8. Yeah, his name is 8. He was 8 years old at the time, and he was going through a period of time where he was exceptionally angry, and he was constantly like punching holes in walls, hitting people, biting people, and whatnot. That was his reaction to things that were going on around him that he couldn't control. And we tried all kinds of ways to try and help him to see what his emotions were causing him to do and to see where he had lost control. And we couldn't really come up with many ideas. And so we had many late night chats, my wife and I, about what we were going to do to help our son. And as we sat there kind of like thinking about it and considering it, I thought about this whole physiological component of things. And I was like, well, we need to massage him, right? We need to get in and like get some blood, some new blood into these muscles and work out all that stuff that it's been sitting in. And so over the next couple of days, we tried to. But let me tell you, the slightest physical touch in some of these muscular areas where we hold our stress and whatnot, man, it set him off, and he would cry and he would complain and he would just whine and it would just break down into tears. And we didn't want to put him through that every day. And so we realized we got to have another solution. And then I had this like brainchild moment where I thought, oh, wait, I got an idea. And so I went upstairs and I just told my son, like, hey, we're just going to play a little game. We're going to roughhouse. You climb around on me, I'll climb around on you and whatnot. I started playing with him. And 45 minutes later, we got up and we went downstairs for dinner. And we had been playing the whole time, and I had been steamrolling him and sitting on top of him and like adding pressure to different areas of his body. He was doing the same thing to me. He was moving his muscles around. I was stretching him at points and whatnot, and it was all a game. And he was giggling and laughing the whole time. So there's two pieces to this amazing puzzle. One, you start a game. You start working with games, and you start playing and roughhousing, and you change your thought patterns and you shift them to something that enjoys life. You change the chemical makeup of what's going on in your body because now your thoughts are saying, well, this is fun. 3, you're massaging out the old chemicals and getting rid of old toxins. Sometimes that shows up in terms of smells, because boys smell. I'll admit it, right? We smell when we sweat and stuff. So sweat, smells, giggles, bad breath, whatever. As your body is getting rid of stuff that it no longer needs, it's no longer useful for it. All by simply getting together and playing. And on top of it, it doesn't have to be this serious thing. I teach roughhousing because it brings out joy and wonder and excitement in people who have been living under this idea that life is hard for as long as they've been alive, whether they're 6 or whether they're 76. And it helps people heal and it bonds people. And I'll talk more about that in some other videos. So just to give you an idea, even if you don't come to an event that I'm teaching you, roughhousing, playing in this physical kind of way is actually a powerful tool. So my invitation to you is 1, come, let me teach you, because I know a lot. I've been around the block. I've been doing martial arts my whole life. I've been doing energy work and healing work for years. And I've learned a lot that I want to pass on because they're things that people don't teach in school when we're growing up. They're things that people don't teach when you're at your job. They don't teach it in college. You have to go looking for answers like this. Don't go looking anymore. Come, let me show you. And if you don't, if it's like not something that's comfortable for you, or it's not going to work out, then just go play today. Go play with those that you love. If they're friends, if they're roommates, if they're kids, if they're grandparents, if they're parents, don't break anybody. Have a good time. Be in contact. Start moving. Find wonder and excitement in the world. That's my invitation to you today.